Hi everyone, and welcome to Jack and Cat Adventures. Today we're making a carrot cake roll, kind of like a pumpkin roll but made with carrots. So what we're going to do is we're going to get 3 large eggs that are at room temperature, and we're going to pour them into our mixing bowl. And we're going to mix them till they're light and frothy. While we're doing that, we're going to put 3/4 cup of flour in this bowl, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon, a 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. And you're just going to whisk that together. We'll turn this up so it goes faster. Okay, so once you get this done, get a 10 by 15 inch jelly roll pan or cookie sheet with sides. You're going to take parchment paper and put it out with 1 inch hanging over 2 of the sides so you can grab it up, and then spray the top of that parchment paper with non-stick cooking spray, okay? While we're waiting for this to get to the desired consistency, what I did was these carrots have to be really, really fine. I'm not into grating my own carrots, so what I did was I put the carrots into my food processor on shred. And then I took them out, replaced the blade with the chop blade, and I just chopped them till they were really, really fine. It goes in no time if you do it that way. But if you want to grate it, it has to be grated on the smallest side. Alright, so this is what you want it to look like. Nice and frothy and thick. Now we're going to add 2/3 cup of sugar and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. We're going to mix this till it's well combined and fluffy. And while you're waiting for me to do this, subscribe down below. It's free and it will help us grow our YouTube channel, so please subscribe. Now that our eggs, vanilla, and sugar are mixed well, we're going to add our dry ingredients. This smells like fall, you guys. It smells so good. Alright, and we're just going to mix this till combined. We don't want to overmix it. And make sure your oven is preheated to 350 degrees. This is so light and airy. It kind of sounds like when you mix it gently, it sounds like you have egg whites in it. It's that airy. Just going to give it one more quick stir. I see some flour in there. Alright, I'm going to let that go. I'm just going to clean off my beater real quick. Okay. Now we're just going to fold in 1 3/4 cup. Let me make sure that's right. I think it is 1 3/4 cup. The 1 3/4 cup of finely grated carrot. Okay, and now I'm just going to fold that in. So in folding, you start from the bottom and come up to the top, bottom to the top. And this will keep all that dry ingredients fluffy like I said it was. You don't want to mix it. See, it's just up and over, up and over. Making sure I got it all incorporated. Okay. Then go over my prepared cookie sheet. And we are going to pour this evenly. I think the hardest part about this cake is just grating the carrots. Don't worry about having to roll it at the end. I will walk you right through it. It's very easy. Alright, so now we got all that out. And I'm just going to take my offset spatula and I'm going to gently put it to the side, pull it out to the side so we have an even layer of batter everywhere. Here, it's a little thin. Now it will be a thin roll, so don't worry, because as you roll it, it gets thick. Okay, I think this looks pretty good. Now we're going to put it in our 350-degree oven for 8 to 10 minutes or until toothpick in the middle comes out clean. Do not underbake this though, because it won't roll. If it's damp or anything, it won't roll. So I'm going to stick this in my oven. I'm going to check it at 8 minutes and I'll let you know how long mine took. Alright, so while your cake is in the oven, get some powdered sugar and a linen cloth, clean, and then we're just going to put a really heavy coat of powdered sugar on this. Now what this does is it stops the cake from sticking to itself as we roll it out, okay? And if you don't use a half a cup or more on this, you're not doing it right. It has to be coated really, really well. I'll go through it. Put it as far to the end as you can. It's a little messy, but it's worth it.
Not to worry, there will be powdered sugar everywhere.
Okay. And just gently put it around the sides and stuff. Okay, that looks really good. Alright, this just came out of the oven. It took mine took 14 minutes. Check yours at 8 and keep checking every 2 minutes. And I'm going to flip it right out onto our prepared cloth. Just like that. And then we're going to roll it, let me make sure. Short ends. Okay, so we're going to roll this way. Oh, I just broke it. That's okay. Alright, let's just leave it. We're going to roll it like this. Just gently roll it. Don't do it too hard. And then you're going to leave that in this towel until it cools. Alright, now that our carrot cake roll is nice and cool, we're going to move on to our cream cheese frosting. So in this bowl I have 1 stick of unsalted butter and 1 block of 8-ounce cream cheese, both softened. We're going to mix this till it comes together really smooth. Alright, now that my cream cheese and butter is all incorporated and nice and smooth, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 2 cups of powdered sugar. So I just put in my 2nd cup of powdered sugar, and we're just going to let this beat until everything's mixed together and smooth. Make sure you scrape your bowl down. And make sure you scrape the bottom of your bowl and your beaters. So you don't want any big chunks of powdered sugar to bite into. Okay. Okay, a couple more spins and we'll be done with that. Alright, so my frosting's done. I unrolled my cake and it's cold and it all broke. This is the first time I'm making this recipe, so we're just going to go with it and we'll fix it at the end. So let's just put our cream in the middle. You're going to cover this with powdered sugar at the end anyway, so don't worry. As long as it tastes good, don't worry about what it looks like. That's my motto. Now when I make my pumpkin rolls, they do not crack like this, so I don't know what the difference is. I'm going to look back and see what the measurements are in the cake part. Once we're done frosting this, we're going to roll it back up. And we're going to put it in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes for this to harden up a little bit. Okay, this is looking really good. I think that's a lot of cream cheese. A little bit too much, I think, for me. Try to make it as even as possible. Let's just get that off. Get to the end here. I'm just building this edge up a little bit, that's all. Okay, and now we're just going to roll it. Alright, so we're going to show you how to roll this. This is a second one I made, and it also cracked. So we're just going to make do with what we have. So we're going to start this end because the crack is worse at this end, so we'll roll it inside, okay? And I did not use all of the filling. It is way too much filling, I feel, for this small of a cake. Now what we're going to do is, once it's rolled, we're going to put it in saran wrap. We're going to wrap it really tight and hold it together, and we're going to put it in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes or more. And
There we go. Good.
and you might need two people to help you. You probably won't though.
We've done this a time or two.
So we're just going to roll this really tightly so it holds together. And once it gets cold, it will hold together. And if not, then we put the powdered sugar on top. We're going to sift it over the top when we're ready to serve. And we'll just go with it. That's all you can do. It's going to be delicious, I promise. Jack has tried the cake part of this and said it is out of this world good. And he hates carrot cake. So let's see what happens and we'll go from there.
I'm waiting for the ends, you know, because they're not the prettiest part. I always get to sample those.
Alright, so I cut our carrot roll. I let it sit for about 2 hours in the refrigerator and it cut beautifully. This was the more broken up part of the pumpkin roll and it looks fantastic. So let's just put a little bit of powdered sugar on the top of this. Alright, and that is done. So please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember, you do you.
one on dessert number 56. Oh, that's a surprise. Carrot cake roll with sweet cream cheese filling. Delicious. Thank you.
Oh, what would you rate that?
Oh, at least a 9.5. There you go.
Wow, there we have it.
There you have it. All right, boys. Have a